All of us here, we've tried weed before. We had good trips, we had bad trips. But here's where the catch comes in. Have you ever had such a bad trip that you start to hallucinate? It was by an edible. So let me put it on some sauce real quick. 2 years ago, it was a Sunday. I received a call from one of my homies. Hey bro, where you at? I'm still at church. It just ended. Don't go home. I'm gonna send you the location. Sure, cool now. A couple of minutes later, I asked my parents to drop me off. And now I arrive and I see a couple of my homies. I'm seeing there's a bit of an aggressive behavior in the trance. I'm a bit concerned. Fast forward, time goes by. My homie eventually asked me. He was like, hey bro, would you like a cookie? Yeah, for sure. Like, I would like a cookie. Hey bro, like, why don't you give me a cookie? Nah, I already gave you one. Why are you tweaking? Why do you want more? The whole argument passes by and then bro gives me a cookie. And what's so funny about that cookie is it was in a shape of a heart. Now, that was a bit concerning. A lot of things were just concerning in that transit. There was a whole lot of off behavior going on there. So I didn't want to ask too much questions because I was tired, Like as I said, I came back from a service at church. So bro pulled out a cookie out of nowhere. I don't know what cookie it was. I don't know what the brand is and anything, but it was in the shape of a heart. And I was like, you know what? I just give me the cookie. So I take the cookie, I eat it, and it had a bit of a ginger flavored taste. So when another homie, there were basically 3 of my homies in that dance, and they asked me, yo, so how does it taste? It tastes like ginger. I fast forward. Now, bro drives to basically every single restaurant. I don't even know why. Like as I said, I'm not asking too many questions. I'm just a bit concerned in what's going on. So we go to McDonald's, we see, okay, we're asking for a couple of meals, and then they say, we're sorry, these meals are unavailable, so, maybe you can take this and this and this and that, and then, the homies were on some, nah, we don't want that. So eventually homie leaves, he goes to KFC, he tries to see if he can get something, he sees there's absolutely nothing that he likes on the menu, and he's like, you know what, let's just go to Chicken Licken. Inside my head, I'm like, what is up with these dudes? They are on some offish behavior. Now, fast forward, we go to Chicken Licken, and eventually my homie finds what he wants, and my other homie also finds what he also wanted. And I check out the menu, and I see, okay, maybe, I can take something of, that's more in my budget. Sure, we chill down for a minute. My homies, they start to have a bit of a discussion. This is kind of a conversation related to edibles and weed. Damn, man, I would do absolutely anything to just get high right now. And the other homie responds and says, you know what, yeah, you're right, bro. Like, I'm also feeling for something to get me high on. And, they're not actually giving out the fact that they actually took the edibles. Like I said, I'm absolutely clueless. What I ate in the transi was just a cookie to me, but to them, it was an edible. So they're talking on some, man, I just want to get high. I just want to get even more higher. Fast forward, the food eventually arrives. We all eat. The homie that was basically high, he was still eating, and he was eating very slow. He basically had like 2 hamburgers and a couple of fries. Inside my head, I'm like, bro cannot be that hungry. One thing I know about my homies is that those people eat a lot. Now, as we're driving home, I'm starting to pick up a bit of a sensation. We eventually arrive at Pick and Pay, close to my estate. As my homie is still driving, I'm starting to feel a bit of a breeze, a cold breeze hitting my face. And I asked, bro, turn off the aircon because it's kind of getting a bit too much for me. My aircon is not on. The fuck you mean your aircon is not on? I'm feeling like a cold breeze hitting my face. And then I look at the window. My window is not even open too. Nobody's window is open too. So my homies, they eventually ask me, yo, bro, are you good? The high kicks in. I panic. I tell bro, stop the car, stop the car, stop the car. I open the door. I'm tweaking a bit. I'm losing. And I'm like, I'm on some. I'm trying to catch my breath. If you have never experienced a sudden moment where you feel a chest pain to a point that it starts to feel like you cannot breathe, and the moment you start to feel like, you know what, you need to breathe even more, and it gets even worse, you do not want to go through that experience. I said I'm feeling a bit of a cold breeze, but I'm sweating at the same time. I'm standing outside. I'm taking heavy breaths. I'm breathing in heavy. And then a couple of shorties pass by, which know my homies. They're on some, what is up with your friend? It looks as if he's losing his mind. Also, my homies are standing there. They're like, what is up with this dude? Is this guy having a panic attack or an asthma attack, or is he gonna faint? And then eventually the same homie who gave me the edible said, "Oh, I gave this nigga the edible. That's why he's tweaking." And from that very moment, I heard him say, "I gave this nigga an edible." The high got worse. It got worse. Bro, we thought that you knew. We thought that you knew. And that was the moment I started to connect every single dot on why these niggas were so aggressive, why these niggas were always complaining and fighting, why was homie so hungry, eating 2 burgers with fries and drinks. Everything pieced together. These motherfuckers ate edibles. Now I eventually get to the estate. We're chilling at the park. Every single one of all of the homies that live in the estate, they pull up to the park because it was a load shedding. It was around the times where South Africa was still going through a couple of load sheddings. So we had a load shedding and all of my homies went out and we were all chilling at the park. Now everybody is looking at me. They're on some, yo bro, like, are you good? And I'm on some, nah, I ain't good, bro. I ate an edible without even realizing it, and this trip is getting even worse. So bros are laughing at me, and they're making my high even worse. If you are surrounded by sober niggas, and they know what to do to make your trip go worse, bro, I'm begging you, stay away from those people. Stay the fuck away from those people. The trip kept amplifying. It eventually cooled down, and the same homie who I was high with, he looked at me again. He was like, "You are entering a new stage. The reason why you are relaxed right now is because you just passed the first wave. The second wave is about to hit you harder." And that is where my mind is continuously overthinking. It's continuously overthinking. Now, one thing about being high, you cannot overthink. You are going to lose your shit. You cannot overthink. I was losing it. One of my closest homies, he pulls through. "Hey, bro, you need to go home." He's on some, "You need to go the fuck home." I left. I arrived at my posy. I got in the house and I made sure I would avoid my parents at all costs, regardless of them calling me, regardless of anything that happens. I have to avoid these people at all costs. Now, a couple of hours later, it's still low shedding. I'm at the couch. For some reason, I cannot sleep. And then eventually I pull out my phone. I go through Instagram. This is where now the trip crossed the line. One of my homies' moms pull up in front of the screen. Now I'm looking at this. My eyes are red, bro. I'm on some, what? Who is this? I'm like, oh, it's my homie's mom. Live fine shit, man. Like, I've been having a crush on homie's mom for like years. As I'm looking at this, my eyes eventually shut. Boom, I'm in a different world. All of a sudden, boom, black. The only thing that I could see from that entire darkness was the couch I was chilling on. A beam of light hit. I'm in a different house. How did bro's mom just pull up? And then suddenly, she just takes her clothes off. Like, not even to just take them off, they just despawned. They just disappeared. Boom, naked, right in front of me. And I'm on some, damn, this cannot be real. This cannot be what I have been waiting for so many years. This genuinely cannot be real. All of a sudden, homie mom is riding me, continuously riding me, changing positions. She's riding me. The trip went from one of the most unbelievably questioning, so scary moments to one of the best moments of my entire life, marked in history, because I could not believe the fact that, damn, I'm about to bag old shit. Damn. Not even to say I'm in the works of doing this. No, I'm chilling. I'm on some. While homie's mom is riding me continuously. I don't even want to describe this thing, just in case my little homie watches this. Hey, bro, I'm sorry. But the trip was just too crazy. So damn, she's riding, man. I'm having the time of my life. Eventually, I just bust. After busting a whole night, boom, back to reality. I'm like, what? What did I just go through? I look at my pants, I'm like, I nutted. I don't get my pants and I'm like, damn, I nutted for real. What did I just nut to? And then straight up, pass out again. I passed out again. After that whole entire experience, I woke up in the morning, still processing the fact that I took an entire edible, and that trip was one of the worst experiences I've ever witnessed in my entire life. Christ is Lord at the fact that I didn't die in the process. Amen.